Hello dear students, today we are going to see lesson number 8, page number 28, discipline. So the term discipline is known to every one of us. Discipline is action or inaction that is regulated to be in accordance or to achieve accord with a particular system of governance. Discipline is commonly applied to regulating human and animal behavior. In the academic and professional worlds, a discipline is a specific branch of knowledge, learning, or practice. So, dear students, without discipline, it is very difficult to go on. Like, take for example, in the school we have discipline in order to run the organizations in a better way. Similarly, with the other things also, as we have to run the country also, we have the constitutions. So, for everything, there is a set of rules to govern the country or the nation or maybe our school in the right path. So, let us see here from the board. These rules are of two types. Here you can see the written rules, and on the other side, unwritten rules. And what is the aim of all these rules? Why should we have rules? And why do we need to obey all these things? Just see, to make life easy, orderly, and pleasant. We obey rules so that we may have a life which is easy to live, orderly, and pleasant. And we can see from the words of Gandhiji, he says, "Be the master of your mind and body and not its slave. Train yourselves to behave well, control all your bad desires." So what should we do? Here it says, be the master of your mind and the body. So we need to control ourselves. We need to control our mind as well as our body. And then it says, and not its slave. And let us be not the slave of this. We should not be the slave of our body and mind. Whatever our mind says or our body feels like going, we should not allow. So it says we should control, we should be the master of our mind and body. And then he continues to say, train yourself to behave well. So we need to train ourselves to behave well. It is not that we are affected just because of the other people, we are influenced by the others. It is not so. We need to control, we need to be the master of our mind and body. Control all your bad desires. So we know which is good and which is bad for us. So accordingly, if it is bad, our desires, which we long for, it is a bad one, so we need to stop that. We need to control all our bad desires. Now let us see from the book, page number 28. Obedience to rules gives you personal discipline. So obedience to rules, what does it give? It gives us personal discipline. So if we are obeying the rules, so we become disciplined. There are written rules as well as unwritten rules. The aim of all these rules is to make life easy, orderly, and pleasant. If people start breaking rules, life will be confusing and unruly. The golden rule is that all rules must be obeyed. So here it says, if people start breaking the rules, what will happen? Life will be confusing and unruly. So we must always obey the rules. The rules are actually to help us to live our life. Here I have already written, to live our life easily and orderly and a pleasant one. Once when Gandhiji was in prison, his wife Kasturba went to visit him. They greeted each other in the presence of a prison official. The officer moved away tactfully to give them an opportunity to talk freely. Half an hour passed and then he returned. He asked Gandhiji, "You must have finished your conversation now." So you see a incident here. It talks about Gandhiji and his wife. Once, when Gandhiji was in prison, his wife Kasturba went to visit him, and the jailer, that means the person in charge, he allowed Gandhiji's wife and to talk. Maybe if the prisoner is there in front of them, they may not exchange their thoughts easily or freely. That's why he went away thinking that they will be easily talking to each other. But then it did not happen. Now let's continue. Gandhiji said, "Not a word had passed between us since you left. The prison rule is that no prisoner can talk with his visitor in the absence of an official. We have obeyed these rules. We have kept quiet." So here you see, Gandhiji did not make use of this. He got time, both of them got time to exchange their thoughts, but they didn't do. Just because, in the prison there is a rule. The rule is what? The rule is that you need to talk only in the presence of an official. Otherwise, you cannot just carry on. So, all this while, half an hour, both of them were keeping silence, just following the rules. Gandhiji was a strict disciplinarian. He said, "Be the master of your mind and body and not its slave. Train yourself to behave well. Control all your bad desires." So as I've already told you this one, so he was a very strict disciplinarian. That's why he followed the rules very strictly. We need to drive away from our system all such vices: laziness, anger, envy, selfishness, greed, pride, and falsehood. These make us hate our enemies. So, in all of us, in every one of us, some vices. That means, we have shortcomings. Just like, laziness. Sometimes we don't want to do things. We are angry. We show our anger, envy. We are selfish, greed, and pride. And the last one is falsehood. So we should not. We should not be practicing. We should not be doing all these things. Better, we should avoid doing all this. You must have visited to a circus. How awe-inspiring are the balancing and swinging acts of the circus troupe. They show you to what amazing extent the human body and mind can be trained and disciplined. What you can see in few hours has taken the performers many years of hard and dangerous practice. So here we see, if you have visited or if you have gone to circus, isn't it, you might have seen people performing the different maybe exercises, doing so many things, but these has taken, all these exercises or the things that they present to us have taken a lot of time. It says, years of hard work and dangerous practices. And that's why we are able to see them maybe in few hours only. So dear students, all these things for today, and then we are going to continue on the next day. And so just remember all these things. Just we have seen, we have got two types of rules, and then aim, what is the having, what is the use of following all these rules? Why do we follow this one? The aim, and then the words of Gandhiji. We must always remember, just like you see, be the master of your mind and body and not its slave. So we should not be the slave of our mind and body. Rather, we should learn to train them. And here it says, train yourself to behave well and control all your bad desires. So this is what I am giving it to you. I am just leaving this thought for you, Just try to control all your bad desires and learn to control your mind and body. So, thank you so much, children.